Hello and welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. Today I wanted to jump on here and do a collective reading. The reading I want to do today is calling on the ancestors, or actually a specific ancestor, to give us some sort of guidance or information on what type of karmic healing and clearing is being done right now through you for your bloodline and your family. And it could also be a family line that is not blood related as well, whoever you consider your family, and the ancestors that you work with, anyone who you would consider your ancestors. So what I'm going to do first is I like using this Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. It's really actually quite versatile. We're not going to use it for past lives today. We're going to use it for ancestor recall and information here on what ancestor is reaching out to us. Then I'm going to pull a few oracle cards followed by tarot. So I'll go ahead and throw down the cards here for the ancestor and the oracle before we dive into too much of the reading, so you can kind of get a feel if this message is for you, since it is for such a large group of people, the whole collective. You know, you want to see if it resonates with you or not. Okay. So we see here. So the time frame we have is the late Bronze Age. We have an adult white male. Psychic wounding is the trauma. Nature-based faith. Love is affair. We have identity, we've already got. Time frame, lesson, forgiveness. Location is in Southern Europe. I'm going to put that up here with time frame. And what are we missing here? Oh, death of old age. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, we got all 8 of them there. Okay. I'll let you go ahead and take a look at that while I really quickly pull some oracle cards. All right, so what message does this ancestor want to bring to everybody at this time? This one. Oh. Make a mission statement for your soul. I did pre-mix these a little, but we're going to go ahead and mix them up a bit. Okay. What message does this ancestor have for us at this time? New beginnings. Okay. Feeling led to just split this deck and grab the card on top. Destruction, releasing your anger. Okay. one more oracle deck, and we'll see what messages are coming through before we pull the tarot. Respect. Right when I read that, immediately what came to mind was respect for self. Okay, we have this destruction, releasing your anger, connects really well here with this ancestor's life lesson of forgiveness. All right, let me go ahead and just take a look here. So we have Southern Europe in the late Bronze Age, a white male. His trauma was psychic wounding, and he had a nature-based faith, and his love was a fair. And I'm really hearing that it was a love affair, not like a cheating on a spouse or significant other type of affair. How's that coming through for me, Spirit? How do I say that? It's like he had a love affair with life, with experience, with nature, with being, so much so that that maybe there was some neglect within relationships, like human one-on-one relationships, because of the love affair with his path that he was on. And his lesson is forgiveness. Also, the word self keeps popping into my mind here. And he died of old age. So maybe forgiving others, but also forgiving himself as well. We see that in the respect card, to respect the self, and the destruction, the releasing of anger is also seen in forgiveness and new beginnings. Okay, so I'm really feeling like I'm going to switch these cards around, because what I'm seeing here is this is a releasing and a letting go and a healing, and then making a mission statement for your soul as you start a new beginning. So the message here is really about releasing and letting go. This is in regards to karmic ties to the ancestral line, and what is being healed. You're healing, so there is definitely some healing going on, not just with you, that as you are healing yourself in this timeline in your life, you are doing more than just healing yourself of this family karma that you have been carrying and experiencing for most of your life. You are actually setting free and releasing and loosing the bonds of those who came before you, who also experienced the same karma. It is a healing and releasing of this karma from your family line. There's a lot of deep self-respect within this, and definitely a vision of starting new. So before I grab the tarot and try and pull one more card from this, there are some images on the other side of the cards. I want to know what, Spirit, help me here with what specifically is being healed from the karmic line, because we know that there is the releasing and the letting go and the healing, self-respect, forgiveness, self-determination, creating a new statement for your soul, a new mission statement for your soul, and starting on a new beginning. But what is this in relation to? What area of life is there healing in and transformation in to let go and make it anew? These cards are kind of sticking together. Okay. I'm going to pull the first one that's on the top here. Well, this one wants to come out. Accomplishment. If I could pick it up, show it to you. Let me just sit here with this for a minute. Oh. This is about fear-based accomplishments, expectations set on you by others. It's a false sense of achievement, because if you're following someone else's path, someone else is projecting onto you this life that you are told to live, meeting the expectations of others to accomplish the things in your life that you are expected to accomplish and to be the person that you are expected to be. It is a release of that. And achieving a true sense of self and creating this new mission statement for your soul. What is your mission? What do you want to accomplish in life? What are your goals? How are you going to obtain these? Living to the beat of your own drum, right? Living life the way that is true to your soul and who you are and how you want to live it. That's a pretty big thing to heal from. It doesn't come lightly to go against the grain, against what everybody else thinks that you should be doing. And that is what you're healing here. And you are starting a brand new self, a new beginning. You have gained the self-respect. And learn that, people pleasing is coming up through this naturally, of course. But learning what and when to destruct, right? So destruction, death, and life, right? It goes hand in hand. It's the idea of these seasons of life. Things, you plant a seed, it grows, it matures, it lives, it dies, and it goes back into the earth, and it starts back over again. The cycles, the seasons. And you have actually found a way to destroy this karmic cycle that has been repeating itself over and over in your family line. And I'm hearing I just lost it. It was right there. A sense of self, right? There's this feeling of being trapped to be someone who you are not. And finally making the decision to burn away the bonds that hold you, to destroy it. And in order for you to do that, you had to recognize that it was a karmic pattern. And develop the self-respect and the self-worth and the knowing in who you are and the courage and the wisdom needed to really step up and break that cycle, to be brave, to step into a brave new world that you're creating, that you want by your design, that is true to your soul. This is a really hard thing to accomplish for most people. But you've done that. You've done the work. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other, one challenge after another. And you've done it. You've set yourself free. So let's see. Just congratulations straight off here. That it's a very powerful thing to be who you are in a world that tells us we should be everything except for who we are, right? Keep up with the Joneses. What's the person next door doing? Like what everybody else around you likes, things like that. We're inundated with stuff on television and talk shows and you name it. So I'm getting that this ancestor, it's a little quirky, had a love affair with life. And he did exactly, this was before this karmic pattern started, because he lived, I should say, though I believe that time is, past, present, future all happening at the same time, but in the sense here of ancestors, he lived the kind of life that you are just now starting to create. Isn't that beautiful? And his life lesson was forgiveness. And I keep getting forgiveness of self. I understand. Okay, so it's a forgiveness of so it's forgiving yourself for not being perfect and for it taking you as long as you did. Like, okay, so I'm getting this sense of like you're being too hard on yourself for it taking so long for you to accomplish something. But what you need to realize is that what you have accomplished is something that so many people, lifetimes, hundreds of lifetimes before you, so many lifetimes of people in your line were not able to do it. And you're kicking yourself over, it taking you as long as you did to where you are in your life right now. And this ancestor's just saying, go a little bit easier on yourself. I mean, you've accomplished something that no one before you was able to do, possibly even yourself in previous lives as well. So consider that. You are right where you need to be when you need to be there. This is a accomplishment worth celebrating, a true accomplishment. To live your life and be who you want to be. And the healing that has given your ancestral line, and that this is not going to continue through into future generations. Joy. Love it. Two of Bows, decision. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, balance. One more. I don't know if that's going to show in the camera. It ends with the 10 of stones. How perfect is that? All right, let me see if I can scooch this all over just a little bit. Yeah, this is fantastic reading, you guys. Congratulations to anybody who this is really resonating with as a message for you. It's time to celebrate. Seriously. I mean, sometimes after you go through such a hard struggle like that, something that has been challenge after challenge, almost like you've been going through, once you started really focusing on yourself and who you are, then there is this whole long process of leveling up and letting things go and leveling up again and letting more go and going deeper into the self and releasing more, and so much personal internal work that is required that it feels like you're, never ending going through awakening after awakening, because every step you've taken was a mountain worth of baggage that you have carried, and you choosing to come into this lifetime and having the courage to be able to face and deal with everything that you need to deal with to get to this point it's huge. You had to decide, and boy did you decide. Look at this guy. He's up on the mountaintop with the flames from his bows or wands here. I love this. Okay. So I took a look at this card here, and it's him putting his hands on both wands, and he says, no, I'm not choosing one. I want it all. I'm taking both with my power, and I'm healing it all. I am doing everything that I want to do. I'm not choosing between one person or another, or one ideal or another, or one circumstance or another. I am gonna carve my own path and go that way. And the ancestors coming through and just saying, just try and stop me, right? Just watch me, because you won't be stopped. And you're going to find others who you resonate with. Sometimes this can be a very lonely path. I mean, here's the Three of Stones, which is usually working with others. It's usually three people on the cards, Three of Pentacles. And she's by herself, but she's grounded in the earth. So right now, you may just be working really closely with some earth energies, possibly your ancestral line, of course, the natural elements, but you are tapping into spirit and working with spirit. So you're not alone, but I'm getting a sense that there will be more to come. So sometimes it might be hard to feel like celebrating despite how much you've overcome and accomplished. People never really know what other people are going through, okay? And it sounds a little flat sometimes, laying it on the cards saying, oh, you overcame all these obstacles and you are now living the life you want. It sounds so shallow. But, I know what it is to do that kind of work, and it's really, really deep, and it's very personal, and it's very challenging. And so even if you are feeling exhausted and you're like, well, now I'm here, so now what, right? you need to tap into that hope a little bit, because there is joy coming. And with this 10 of Pentacles, instead of, the typical feeling, what I'm getting here is this is like a huge, like a family gathering home. The whole tree is here, and it's going through like this gateway. So you're here celebrating, and you're going to have others come into your life, but you're going to have a whole community and family to support you here. It's going to be beautiful. And you still are focusing on some balance, that you've brought so much balance into your life at this time. But remember that it's at a beginning. So there is an excitement to be had from beginnings. Okay, I want to pull a few more cards. Let's ask this ancestor. He lived a very long life, right? Died of old age and lived the life he wanted to live. Had a love affair with life. In love with life. And he learned early on how to forgive himself and forgive others, because that will drain your joy. It'll drain your excitement. And you can't have that if you want to love life, right? You need to really just live and let live, is what I'm hearing. Forgive, let it go, and just have fun. So I want to know a little bit more about this new beginning. What advice does this ancestor have? For everyone on this new beginning. Oh, okay, let's see here. I'm gonna split the deck this time. I very intuitively shuffle, so you will see me shifting it up from time to time. I go with what Spirit says. Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Great Bear. Let me just look at these for a minute. All animal cards. So bear with me just a minute. Okay. So what I'm getting here, the advice is on this new beginning, is to always remember to tap into your inner self. Overcoming all of this and creating a new life for yourself. Life is still going to have challenges and obstacles. You're still going to come across people who are going to judge you, criticize you, have their own opinions on the way things should be. They like or dislike what you're doing. But you have the willpower and the strength now to truly live a fulfilled life that you want to live at this time. And this ancestor is saying to remember who you are. Not what others tell you, not who others say you are, or how others perceive who you are, you remember who you are. When you're faced with shadows, your shadow self, more things to come up and grow through, that's going to be never ending. But as you face more shadows, you are this Queen of Wands. You will be able to get through any additional growth that needs to happen, and self-forgiveness. I just feel like this rabbit is standing in the Shadowlands, representing the shadow self. But it's almost as though the shadow self is standing tall and strong. Like you've healed so much of your shadow self. Shadow's not always necessarily things that are really bad or negative. It's that you've healed your shadow self in a way that you are now able to deal with whatever else comes your way. Tap into that personal strength when things come up. When you find the world challenging you or judging you, and you feel again like you have to crawl through this cave that has this huge bear on top of there, judging you, but you make it through that cave time and time again. Any transformation that you need to experience still in this lifetime, you'll accomplish it with flying colors. Regardless of how scary it might look on the outside, because you've got this inner strength. And with the Page of Arrows, which is the Page of Swords, it's a reminder to tap into Spirit, to watch for the messages from Spirit. Even in the deepest winter here, we see this bird. Birds often represent messengers from the divine, bringing messages to you, reminding you, even if just seeing the birds is a reminder that you are always connected with Spirit, with the divine, even when things are their harshest. There's a lot of it's swords, arrows, a lot of mental energy here too. And there's a message here with that as well, that again, not to be so hard on yourself. It's like birds, even in the winter, they're able to take care of themselves. So even during a winter season, if you go through times where you don't feel like your thoughts are sustaining you and you're having a challenge with that, just remember that it is a season and it will pass, and that you always have divine assistance and guidance with you always, and you're always connected to Spirit, even when it doesn't feel like it, mentally or emotionally. And let birds be a reminder to you of that, of your connection to the divine. So maybe if you're not feeling it at a certain time, and then you see a certain bird, then you know that that's Spirit saying, well, no, you can't feel it right now, but we're here helping you get through these challenges, that you're going to come out on top of every time. You've got an intense amount of personal strength here and willpower, and an ability to overcome challenges and obstacles. This ancestor is reminding me here, he's saying that remember when things get hard, how many things you've already overcome in life. You've already achieved the impossible, right? What was impossible for so many before you. And you just remember that and let it motivate you whenever you face any new challenges going forward. This is going to help you really embrace the joy, to really have that perspective as you face new challenges, that you know that you've already done what was impossible. You've got this now. Whatever else comes up on this journey, you've got it. You'll be able to bring that joy in where you need it. You will have balance in your life now that you are living a life that you want to live, and you will have this happily ever after that you are looking for. It might not always look the way you think it's going to look. Often, usually it doesn't look the way you thought it was going to look, but something similar sometimes. But yeah, you're going to have a beautiful rest of your life. So the ancestor is just saying, so enjoy it. Go have fun. All right, that's what I have for you today. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. I truly would love to know. I'd love to do some more of these ancestor readings if you all enjoy them. I do take my ancestor work very, very deeply. It is an important aspect of my practice. So if you would like to see more readings like this, let me know, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.